So before we talk about the season as a whole so far, we'll start with the moves from this week. Matthias Tellstrom's traded to Baton Rouge, and Matt Stoyer released what went on this week to facilitate those.
Yeah, so I guess I'll start with Matt Stoya. So, he's a guy that's obviously from in town. We talked to him quite a bit this offseason. Thought he'd be a major piece coming in. But as summer progressed and the season got started, he had some other commitments that he had to attend to, financially and stuff as well. So it's a situation where we couldn't get a 100% commitment out of him at this time. So, we've discussed with him on and off over the past month or so on what the commitment level would be and what we would need from him. And I think he's going to work for the time being, and then we're going to revisit this maybe in a month or two, see where we're at, and then hopefully we can get him to join full time at that point. Obviously, he's a great player, and we'd love to have him. One of the most skilled defensemen in the league, and he can be lethal. Just need him to take care of what he's taking care of, and we need to continue to build here with what we have to better both of our situations. Matthias Tellstrom, this offseason we made a move. We traded Dylan Thackeray to Watertown for Telly. I think that him being suspended for 10 games kind of played a role in this as well too. I think if he would have gotten to establish himself a little earlier on and solidify himself in the lineup, continue to progress in the areas of the game that we need our forwards to progress in, maybe we wouldn't be talking about this right now. But I think going through practice for about a month and a half and then coming into game situations wasn't exactly where we needed him to be at this time. And that with the addition of, Freeborn back, Scantlebury back, Chartrand back, just wasn't able to make it work at this time. We're pretty loaded up front with talent forward wise. We got some dogs up there too that, we got to get on both sides of the puck. So he filled a role that we had a surplus of. So I thought it'd be best for, not just him, but us to move on from him and give him a better opportunity in Baton Rouge.
And you talked about Freeborn, Scantlebury, Chartrand, those guys joining the team a little bit into the season. How did that change the dynamic of your forward unit?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, anytime you can add three forwards to the group of 10 that you have, that's going to change it quite a bit. I think that obviously getting Tucker back, I think he was the first domino to fall, was significant. He's a guy that has the ability to take over games, as we saw last year in the playoffs with Carolina. Chartrand back, I think, after developing last year. He's really solidified himself as an energy guy here. He's a responsible player who plays both sides of the puck. He's an important guy on the PK for us as well. And as of late, he's shown that he's willing and able to stick up for his teammates and give us a little toughness to the lineup as well too. I mean, last night he took on Elias Thompson, who's he's in the league just to get out there and mix things up. So it's nice to have a guy that is able to stand up to him. Freeborn, obviously one of the most skilled players in the league. He's on a torrid pace points wise for us. Getting him back from Peoria originally was something that was unexpected, and then he had the opportunity last week to go back up and get a taste of regular season action there. So I think, the addition of guys like that to the lineup really complement the hard work and 200-foot players we have. To add some offense and some skill into that as well too is crucial, especially when you're trying to build a championship team. If we can continue to add complementary pieces to his game as well, it's only going to make us, deeper down the stretch.
Another guy who's been big offensively for you this season, Brandon Picard, one of the last signings of the offseason, but turns out he's now your leading goal scorer. Was that a bit of a surprise to you?
I'm not surprised that he's leading the team in goals or points or anything like that. The significance of him being so late in the offseason, I think he was waiting for an opportunity to come in the SP that might not have, facilitated for him. At that time when I was looking to bring guys in, I was unsure if we needed another guy or where we were at in the recruitment process. But no, I'm very glad that we ended up bringing him in. He's a guy that continues to work on his game daily. I keep seeing significant strides in all aspects of his game, and we're really trying to develop everyone here into a 200-foot player. I think that's going to be important if we want to win, hard games down the stretch, 3-1 games, 2-1 games, for everyone to be, not just offensively capable, but defensively capable as well, too. And I've seen, a real commitment from him to buy into the structure and the system and what we're asking of the guys.
Then looking at the back end, you guys have been dealing with injuries on the defensive side. What have you been doing to try and overcome that?
Yeah, I think, starting from day one, I think, we had what we thought coming into the season was going to be one of the best top 6 defensive units in the league. And then obviously the loss of Stoya kind of hurts that a little bit. I think Braden Deck coming in has been a significant surprise for us. I wasn't really sure what to expect in the offseason with the signing of him, but he's shown a commitment to buy in and playing the game the way we ask. He's very detail oriented. Paulie would call him a savage, but he's a guy that he was a significant surprise. Obviously, it hurts losing a guy like Adam Heinzel. He's one of the toughest players to play against in the league, I would say. And then we even had to move Federley back there for a little bit once we were shorthanded. And then we lose him obviously to a broken hand or whatnot. So it's tough. We're trying to overcome these losses, but last night adding a guy like Paul Arnott into the lineup, who's a veteran of the league, not necessarily skating every day or in the best shape, unless the best shape is round, I guess. But adding a guy like that who's makes good decisions with the puck and has some poise back there. It was interesting. I didn't expect what we got out of him last night, but he was easily one of our top 4 defensemen last night. So, glad to have guys like that around and that have been part of the organization that we can just, call on a whim and be like, hey, we need a guy. Can you help us out? But, I think moving forward, obviously we hope to get Heinzel back in the next week or two. Federley should be back in the next week or two as well. So, our roster is going to change significantly here in the coming weeks, and it makes tough decisions for us, but it's part of the job. So,
and then in the crease, you had 3 goaltenders. Now you're back down to 2. Is there any word on when Chris Paulin might be joining back up and get in there?
Yeah, I should pull him in here for this segment, right? It's tough with a 19-man roster. You can really only keep 2 or 3 goaltenders depending on what you want to do with an extra position player spot. Having 2 is kind of the goal, especially with Paulie being out right now. We expect him to return here in the next month or so, I guess. His timetable's, maybe he's Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. His timetable's shifting a little bit, so we're trying to, evaluate that the best we can. Having Tucker Tynan here come in from, not playing a whole lot last year. He's a high-level goaltender who, we're excited to add to the fold. Obviously, he gets called up to Fayetteville. Guys with resumes like that usually do when they play well. But, Wallace and Sokolov have been, we know what we get in those guys. We're very confident in our goaltending situation. I said that when we added Tynan as well. I said, we're very confident in what we have. I feel like we could roll any of those guys out there on any given night, and they give us, a great chance or the best chance to win. It's a battle in the crease. It usually is. I think it'll be good to add Paulie back when we get him back here in the coming weeks.
How do you think the team has progressed overall from training camp up until this point, about a quarter of the way through the season?
Yeah, that's a tough thing to evaluate because I think, we'll see significant progress 1 week, and then we'll take another step back the next, and it's always in different areas, right? So, we can hammer D zone exits 1 week, and then, we start trying to add different elements to our game or dimensions, and then we take a step back in that area. So I think as a group, we really got to focus on, not just being single-minded and focused, but being able to build off of the different elements that we're asking the guys to learn and focus in on. I do see a conscious effort to play the way we're asking, to make the changes. You see it in guys like Brandon Picard, who I talked about earlier, who's really buying into changing his game and developing his game. A guy like Dalton Jay, we're asking things of him that haven't been asked of him in his career, probably his professional career, I'd say. So it's good that we're getting these things from people. I think the messaging here is that you're going to sacrifice some individual accolades and some individual accomplishments and goals and assists for the betterment of the team. And I think that dating back to a few years ago, guys are more focused on me as opposed to we. So I think getting that messaging across to the guys and getting the buy-in from the group is very important. And I think that we see it every day a little more and a little more. So we're heading in the right direction.
Of the 8 losses this season, regulation and overtime, 5 of them have been by 1 goal, held a lead in a number of them. What do you just make of those numbers?
Yeah, to me, it's a little bit of not putting 60 minutes together, and a little bit of confidence as well too. I think that I spoke about it a few weeks ago in Mississippi. We had a 2-goal lead going into the 3rd period, and I said that we need to have confidence as a group that we can hold this lead. We need to have confidence as a group that we can get this done, and that's going to be big for us moving forward. I think last night, obviously I don't know when this airs, but last night, with Motor City, we won 5-2, 5-3?
5-3.
5-3. It showed confidence in the group that we were able to, put the 2nd and 3rd period together and have a comeback win on them. So I think, it's just part of the process of, building a championship team, being able to play in any different situation and every different scenario that might present itself, in our response to each event that presents itself as well too. So, it's something that we're working on. We've actually, put time on the clock in practice and tried to defend the lead and tried to overcome the lead. So, it's definitely an area of focus moving forward. I think that as we continue to build with the group, I think we're going to continue to see, not just a better product on the ice, but a better team together as well.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.